All right, let's dive into one of life's strangest and most fascinating mysteries. I'm talking about those moments of meaningful coincidence that just feel like, well, like more than just chance. So, are they just a trick of our minds, or could something much deeper be going on? Let's get into it. You know how this goes. You're just going about your day, maybe doing the dishes or driving to work, and suddenly, bam, a memory of a friend you haven't spoken to in years just pops right into your head. And then, literally, seconds later, your phone starts buzzing. You look down at the screen and, no way. It's them. The timing is just so perfect, it gives you chills. I mean, how does that even happen?
See, these moments, they just feel different from random luck, don't they? They've got this weight to them, a sense of real significance that's just hard to shake off. And it turns out there's actually a name for this very specific feeling.
So, what do we call this? Well, the term is synchronicity, and it was coined by the legendary Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung, who was just as captivated by these bizarre moments as we are today. For Jung, these weren't just random little blips in the matrix. He believed they were like little windows into a much deeper reality, something that was available to absolutely anyone if you were just paying attention.
Okay, so what it really boils down to is this. Synchronicity is when two or more things happen that have no obvious cause and effect link, but their timing feels profoundly connected to you. That's the secret ingredient. The key word here is meaningful.
And this distinction is everything. So let's say you see two cars with the same license plate drive by. It's weird, sure, but it probably doesn't mean anything to you personally. That's just a random coincidence. But what if you're wrestling with a huge life-changing decision, and right at that moment, a truck drives past with the words, "Take the leap," painted on its side? Now that feels entirely different, right? The meaning is totally subjective and intensely personal. So, how on earth do we explain this feeling? Well, the first major theory argues that the magic isn't happening out there in the universe, but right here, inside our own incredible pattern-seeking brains. From the psychological perspective, it all starts with something called apophenia. This is our brain's natural and usually very helpful tendency to find patterns in random noise. The thing is, sometimes this pattern detector goes into overdrive, and we start connecting dots that aren't actually there. Then you add our old friend confirmation bias into the mix. So once we get an idea in our head, like, say, the universe is sending me a sign, our brain starts to actively hunt for proof, and it conveniently ignores all the thousands of times we thought of an old friend and they didn't call. And finally, there's the Baader-Meinhof phenomenon. You've definitely experienced this. Ever buy a new car, maybe a red SUV, and then suddenly you see red SUVs everywhere? It's not that there are suddenly more of them on the road. It's just that your brain is now primed to notice them. Your awareness has changed, not the world around you.
But is that the whole story? What if it's not just a clever trick of the mind? The other side of this whole debate offers a much more philosophical and, frankly, mysterious view, that these events are actually pointing to a hidden order in reality itself.
And this brings us right back to Carl Jung and maybe his most mind-bending idea of all, the collective unconscious. He had this theory that underneath our own individual minds, we are all connected to this vast, shared pool of human memory and experience, filled with these universal symbols that he called archetypes.
So, from this perspective, a synchronistic event isn't a coincidence at all. It's a moment where the veil is kind of lifted, you know? It's revealing a deep connection between our inner world of thoughts and the outer world of events. It's a sign that maybe our minds don't just observe the universe, but that we actively participate in it. Okay, so we've got two very powerful and very different explanations. One is rooted in brain science, the other in deep, deep mystery. So where does that leave us? Let's put them side by side and see. This really boils it all down, doesn't it? Is the meaning something our brain creates to make sense of a random world, or is it something the universe reveals to us? Is it just an internal projection of our own thoughts, or a sign of a real external connection? Is it simply a trick of our pattern-seeking minds, or are we getting a genuine glimpse of a hidden universal pattern?
And here, right here, is the crucial point. Science is great at explaining probability. It can explain perception and all those cognitive biases we talked about. It can tell us why we're likely to experience coincidences. But what it can't do is enter our own subjective experience and prove or disprove the profound, personal meaning we find in those moments. That part is just beyond its reach.
So you know what? Ultimately, maybe we don't have to choose a side. Maybe synchronicity just exists in that fascinating, blurry space right between our inner world of thoughts and feelings and the outer world of events and objects. It's the bridge that connects the two, and that's what makes our experience of reality so much richer and more mysterious.
So the next time one of these strange, meaningful coincidences happens to you, what are you going to think? Is it just your brain playing its old, clever tricks? Or is it the universe giving you a little wink? The beauty of it is, the final answer isn't going to be found in a science lab. It's going to be found in your own experience.